Hey everyone, it's Lucy from KBeautyHobbit.com. Let's talk about some overhyped products and whether or not they actually deserve their hype. Of course, in my very subjective opinion. And if you tried any of these and you want to share your own experience, please leave me a comment below. I wanted to name this video something really cool and rhyming like hype or... and that's about how far it went because I couldn't figure out what rhymes with hype that would have the opposite sort of effect, like hype or swipe is the best that I could come up with. So I'm not sure what I will title it, but hopefully you will know what you're getting into before you click on this video. These are in no particular order, so let's just get started. The first super hyped up viral product is the Beauty of Joseon sunscreen. I heard so much about it that I was getting serious FOMO and I had to get it to try it. I can say that for me, it's basically a holy grail. It's an awesome sunscreen, doesn't smell like anything, doesn't leave a white cast, has a natural finish that's not dewy but also not drying. It just feels like my own skin, but better. It acts really nice under makeup, should be clear without white cast on most skin types. I'm pretty sure it would work for anybody. Of course, I don't have the privilege of testing it on a bunch of skin tones, but if you have experience, let me know. I'm actually wearing it on my hand right now because I am batch filming today, so I filmed my fails and faves videos, and this was one of my faves in that video, so I swatched it on my hand, and you can't even see it. I can feel it, but just in a sense that my skin feels really soft and smooth, like it would after a really good hand cream, but it's not sticky, it's not tacky, and you can't see it at all. It deserves all the hype, and if I am not mistaken, it is also priced pretty well, like $12 or around there somewhere, depending on the site that you go to. And I know some of the stores had recent specials on that. I usually post specials that I think are worth posting about in my Facebook group, Korean Beauty Fanatics. So if you haven't joined that, please come join us. But for me, this is totally deserving of all the hype, and I think everybody should try this. Next is the Kahi balm. It is such a popular product. They've done a wonderful job marketing through heavy ad placement or product placement in Korean dramas. This was asked about so many times in my Facebook group. I don't watch K-dramas. I actually don't watch much TV anyway, not because I am above it, but just because of time constraints. I tend to listen to podcasts like while I do housework, and then I'll sometimes have something playing in the background while I'm writing blog posts. But I can't just usually sit and watch something and just do that without having some sort of other task. But even without watching any K-dramas, I knew what this was because it was just everywhere. So I had to try it, and I am pretty disappointed. It is expensive. It smells very good, and I do put it on like around my eyes and sometimes in the corners of my mouth before using tretinoin, just to sort of target slug with it to protect those areas from getting tretinoin on them because it can be drying in those areas. However, would I pay $40 of my own money for what is essentially a more solid form of Vaseline? No. CeraVe Healing Ointment works just as well, and then there are other brands that have balm sticks like this that are more affordable. I am not super into sticks personally, so I haven't gone out and gotten a bunch of them to compare or anything. I had one by Logically Skin, which was a lot lighter consistency, and then I had this one, but honestly it's just nothing special. And the brand advertises it as a multi-use balm that can be also used on the lips. It is absolutely disgusting on the lips. I can taste it, and it's not a good thing. It tastes like, I don't know, what I assume gasoline would taste like. I don't recommend you go try that, but it just tastes very chemically and gross, and ugh. I mean, I didn't specifically lick it, I just put it on my lips, and just by doing that, I could sort of taste it. So I will use this up. No, I will not try to get it again. I know Kahi makes other balms. They have other varieties. I have not tried those. Maybe those are better. And if you've tried any other ones that are not this pink packaging, please let me know. I'd love to know. But this specific one is not a total fail, but I think it's way overhyped, and all of the talk about it is just a result of their genius marketing. Next is Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Ampoule. It looks like this. Mine is full, but that's not because I haven't used it before. This is my second or third bottle. and I've even gifted some to friends. I've gotten this SPR a lot because it was, again, so popular, and it was in like every PR box ever. And then Skin 104 also sent me a box of things, so I've gotten this many times and I do use it. I mean, there's a limit to how many ampules I can use, so I did gift some also, but it's really good. It is a very soothing, thin consistency, pretty watery, good for layering. I like to reach for this if my skin is breaking out or getting a little bit red, or if I messed up my skin barrier. It just need a very basic, soothing, hydrating ampule that won't cause any further irritation or any other issues. Like I said, layers beautifully under things, so I think it is pretty much deserving of all of its hype. And then the packaging, it's a pipette dropper. The cool thing about it is if you look in the back here, it has a like a hidden little secret. It has a picture of what I assume is Madagascar and the mountains there, and I just think it looks so cool. I know I'm a little bit easily amused, but it's cool. And the toner from this line has the same thing. I just find those little details really amusing. This one is an older hype. I haven't seen a ton about this recently, but it is, I think, one of the best-selling CosRx products, and it's CosRx Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. In my personal opinion, they probably should have named it a serum. I know that those terms basically mean nothing now. It's just whatever the brand wants to call them. Essence, serum, ampule, whatever. But to me, originally when I was first getting into skincare, the serums were a little bit thicker. The essences were a little bit more watery. This one's definitely thicker. It's almost like a gel. There it is. Pretty runny and made with snail mucin. Wonderfully hydrating, can be soothing and plumping. And I say can be because some people are allergic to snail ingredients, and some people just do not do well with them. Some people get breakouts and closed comedones and those sort of things. So if you've never used a snail product before, patch testing is a good idea. It's always a good idea in general to patch test things. Do I always do that? No. I like living dangerously, which occasionally has backfired. Not too often though. But this is one of my personal favorite products. I adore it. It just works so well for my skin. I have combination skin with some dry and some oily areas, and this plumps and hydrates, soothes everything without overwhelming the oily areas. I know I sound like an ad for this. This is not sponsored, but it's really one of my favorites. And I got to meet CosRx, a couple of their people at Cosmoprof earlier in July, and they gave me a little gift bag, and I was just ecstatic to see that there's a full size of this product in there, which makes me think that it must be one of their superstars, because Cosmoprof is a business to business sort of event, so the purpose of the things that they give out there is to get new buyers for new stores and things like that. So brands want to put the best of the best in there in whatever they provide. And I totally agree. To me, this deserves all the hype. It is absolutely fantastic. I will always have this in my skincare routine if I have any. And while I typically tend to give away the extras of my skincare, I am not giving away this one. I am keeping the other bottle because as soon as I'm out of this, I'm going to open the new one and go ahead and start using that. I wish I had the original version of this to show you, but I think actually most of my viewers probably know what the original looks like because it is so well known, and it's the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. The original version, or the most famous one, is pink packaging. This one is the apple lime. It was one of the very first K-beauty products I ever bought, the original pink jar. And I remember when I was first getting into it 5 or 6 years ago, of course I bought everything with my own money. Of course I wasn't on any PR list or anything else. So it was pretty expensive. I think it was $15 or $16 for a little tub of a lip product, and I expected some miracle results because people just love it so much. And for me, it's honestly, it's just okay. It's not the worst, I'm not mad at it, but it tends to mostly sit on my lips. If I use it before bed and then wake up in the morning, I still feel it there. The pink one actually makes my lips look a little bit more pink while I'm wearing it, which is nice, and sometimes I will put it on as a morning balm and kind of get that little extra benefit of it being just a tiny bit like a makeup. It just makes the lips look a little bit more pink and a little bit more, I don't know, pigmented. right? They look like my lips, but a little bit better. However, I just don't think that it's that special. It doesn't do anything exciting for me. For example, I really love the Rotha Mentholatum lip balms. I'm wearing one of them now. It's a Japanese brand, and those, they just get me excited. I love them. They're fantastic. I've talked about them before in some of my other videos, but I just don't feel that way about Laneige. And then some of their recent launches honestly just didn't look very appealing. Like the chocolate one, the ads they did for that, it looked to me personally a little off-putting. I don't think I want something that looks like chocolate pudding, I don't know, in my lip care, but that's more of an individual preference. Of course, this whole video is an individual preference. Anyway, I don't think Laneige lip sleeping masks are that special. I do think they're worth trying at least once, just so you can see what all the fuss is about and decide for yourself. But a lot of the times when people ask about these in my group, a lot of opinions in the comments say that it's nothing special and they're better products. If you like this kind of format of a tub of lip product, a lip overnight mask, I would recommend you check out this Klavuu one. Very similar packaging, except this one's glass and Laneige is plastic, and it has a better consistency and it just feels more nourishing. This one smells like warm vanilla sugar type stuff. Also lasts forever. Actually, it is a stretch for me to finish these before they expire usually. It just takes so long, but if you are somebody who remembers to put on lip masks a little bit more often than I do, you might go through them sooner and faster. Laneige does make tiny travel size ones, and maybe start with that just so you can see how you feel about it without committing to a full size, because they are kind of pricey. Last but not least, and I have talked about this one in other videos, but I don't assume you watch every single one of my videos. This might be the only one you see. And I hope you're back, and I hope you check out some of the other ones, but if you don't, that's okay too. This is the Dr. Ceuracle Kombucha Essence. It looks like this. You've probably seen it. It is so good. This deserves all the hype. And fun fact, I saw Mary and May made one that seems to be trying to be a dupe for this, and the packaging is so ugly. Look it up, let me know what you think about it, because it's just interesting. Interesting choices. This one is so good. It has a creamy layer and a watery layer. You shake it to combine them. It starts to look the color of basically how I take my coffee. Pretty much a little bit coffee in a ton of cream. And it is like a hug to the face. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I use it all the time. I have a backup ready to go when I'm out of this. It's just a wonderful, nourishing essence that you can layer more than once if your skin is really dry. It plumps everything up. It just makes my skin feel so great, but it's not sticky and it's not heavy. For me, it's an evening product. Somebody with super dry skin might enjoy it during the day as well, but for me, it's an evening product, and because I use tretinoin most of the time, I am still figuring out that perfect sweet spot of using it enough to have the benefit, but not using it so much that I'm peeling. So on the nights that I'm peeling, this is a wonderful thing. And pretty much every other night other than that also. Just can't get enough of this. Highly recommend. Please try it. It's worth every penny. That's it for today's hypes. If you have an opinion on them, please share. If you have other overhyped products in mind that you think I should try out, let me know. I do have another video about other overhyped products that I will link in the description box, so you can check that out if you like this kind of content. You can find me on Instagram at KBeautyHobbit, on my blog KBeautyHobbit.com, and in my Facebook group Korean Beauty Fanatics. I'll see you in my next video, and until then, please remember to always listen to your skin. Thank you so much. Bye.